Tonight on News 5 Live, a motorcyclist loses his life in a collision near Mile 3 on the Philip Gosen Highway. Did he collide into a parked dump truck? It's the eve of the 42nd anniversary of Belize's independence. A mural is unveiled and a sober reflection is given. Stephen Okeke signs a contract to repair the damaged bust of Philip Gosen. And Freetown area rep Francis Fonseca endorses near Wagner's candidacy. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Number one caller. Number one caller. Hey, number one caller. You know why? Listen, hey, for the best post and prepaid. You know that smart got you back. For the best service coverage. All we know that smart got you back. Travel and connect everywhere. You know that smart got you back. Smart record that'll go a long, long way. All we know that smart got you back. Yeah, Ben. Let's go. Yeah, Ben. This is the West Park. I've heard the prepaid, the bundle, the postpaid, roaming, please don't forget the broadband and the prepaid. Best deals the bundles, no care what they say. Broadband for the family, your dollar when a long way. The roaming, connect everywhere. The promos, as we are family. Sign up easy as 1, 2, 3, let's go. Ooh. Every caller is the number one caller with smart, bringing people together.
Keycocker, San Pedro, and Belize City are just a click away with Caribbean Sprinter. Avoid delays by getting your tickets and boarding passes online at sprinter.bz and welcome aboard.
My Social Security. Your direct online access to all your Social Security information. 360 view of all your Social Security information. Registration services, benefits, contributions, and employer services at your fingertips. Enjoy all the new features with your My Social Security account. Register with SSB. Submission of benefit claims. Submission of contribution statements. View contribution record. Enjoy all your My Social Security feature at ssbportal.org.bz. Social Security at your fingertips.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Wednesday, September 20th. I am Sabrina Daly. There was a fatal road traffic accident on the Philip Gosen Highway in front of New Horizon Apartments on Tuesday evening. It is believed that a motorcyclist who was traveling towards Ladyville crashed into a dump truck and that was parked on the side of the road after running out of diesel. The impact of the collision flung Jorge Welderman Max to the pavement and his death. The driver of the truck was not in the vicinity when the incident occurred. So, who is culpable? Police are investigating. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
18-year-old Jorge Welderman Max, a resident of Ladyville, lost his life on Tuesday night during a road traffic accident on the Philip Golson Highway. He was traveling on a motorcycle heading home when it is believed that he crashed into a dump truck that ran out of diesel and was parked on the side of the road. The driver of the vehicle, 53-year-old Eric Ortiz, says he was transporting garbage from Belize City to Ladyville when he ran out of fuel.
I get some material, garbage from Tibet. So I come in from Tibet to this side, right? Because we get it from Tibet to Medina's yard, it throw the garbage right there. I left the truck by 6 something. I have the picture, the one I sent to my boss. So I tell him I live in the truck because it run out of diesel. It was run out of diesel, shut down. I try pull out as much closer to the side. I never left it right to the middle, and the place where it was, they have a lamp. Everybody consider it, it's not a big truck, a no small thing, right? So after that, I catch the bus. I came to Ladyville to find out what exactly we are doing with the bus. I have the picture right here, so I consider that. And then we come in, meet my bus. I can't get the other truck because it broke down also. So there are 2 things that happen, right? So that's why when we get the diesel, $100 with diesel, and turn back to the place where the truck was, so we find out this accident.
Ortiz returned to find the area cordoned off by police and that a teenager had perished at the scene.
As far as you can see, many vehicles saw the traffic, no, it was too tight. So we stop and find out what's happening. Right? I see the guy, I take a picture because and I come out and I tell the boss what's happening. So we find out the little boy. I feel sorry for the family because he died already, but I have a son 17 years now, right? So I really feel sorry for him.
Social media has been buzzing with opinions on who is culpable in this case. Was it the driver of the dump truck because the truck was parked without hazard lights on or cones placed in the area? Or was it the driving without due care and attention on the part of the deceased? What is known is that the area was lit based on the images taken and that the truck was parked on the highway. Also, an inspection shows that the motorcycle did not crash head-on into the rear of the truck and that its damages were to the right rear portion of the motorcycle. Police are investigating what could have led to the fatality. Ortiz shares what he believes may have happened.
According to how we see the motorcycle was, it looked like somebody knocking right behind. He was take the hard brake before the truck and turning to the left. According to we see it. We are drivers, so try figure out what are the problem because if he crashed to the truck, definitely he has serious stump by the truck. I don't know how the other words to say that.
So the truck had no damage?
Nothing at all.
So he didn't crash into the truck?
He doesn't. Oh, wow. He doesn't crash to the truck. And the other way you could find out, you realize exactly what's happening. Caribbean Tires have a camera outside that they could see. Then tell me, if I needed video, I could get a video right there. Wow. Right? They could see what exactly was happening to the little boy.
And do you know if police have approached them as yet for the video?
I have no idea. Because my boss tell me I have to work.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
On Tuesday, Attorney General Anthony Sylvester reiterated a firm belief that the prosecutors who called in sick at the start of the October session of the High Court were genuinely indisposed. Their absence from work meant that the Director of Public Prosecutions had to appear before several judges requesting the adjournment of cases that were to be heard earlier this week. For all intents and purposes, the coincidence of bad health at a critical time in the course of the legal calendar is viewed as a concerted effort to force government to grant their demands. Earlier today, the opposition issued a release addressing the issue, stating, quote, "Denial will not get the Crown Councils back to optimal performance and will not fix the challenges being faced in the expensive and complicated change in the court system." End quote. Following the wreath-laying ceremony on Tuesday, AG Sylvester took a few questions from the media on the contentious matter, informing that an initial meeting had been held with the aggrieved Crown Councils.
You spoke about one meeting. I imagine that was with the Crown Councils themselves, but what about a meeting with people in the Ministry of Finance to work out?
That has happened. So obviously you will appreciate that matters which were raised in the letter would involve the engagement of other stakeholders, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Public Service. So immediately after meeting with the Crowns, first time, there was a meeting that was convened with Minister Cowie, Minister of State and Minister of Finance, Minister Henry Usher, Minister of Public Service, and the Financial Secretary. And we tried to craft an appropriate way to address the issues. You will appreciate, as some of you may have heard, the President of the Public Service Union have spoken. I was listening, and I take note that he has made mention that issues relating to salary increase should not be addressed in a vacuum, and that they should be addressed holistically. So that is something as well that the public needs to appreciate, that whatever discussion that is taking place with this particular crown, there's a larger discussion that has to take place.
In the lower courts today, 25-year-old Tyrone Gillett, a police officer, was granted bail after being charged with assaulting his ex-girlfriend and threatening to kill her. Gillett, a resident of Curl Thompson Street, appeared unrepresented before a magistrate, where he was read 2 charges, 1 count of common assault and another for use of threatening words. His former girlfriend reported to police on September 18th that Gillett visited her home and the two got into a heated argument, during which she took hold of a knife and told him he had to leave the residence. This is after he reportedly kept calling her at work, which led to her being fired from the call center. During the altercation, Gillett allegedly took possession of the knife, choked the woman, and then slammed her on the bed. She also reported that he uttered the following words, quote, "This will be the last time you will fool with my head, because I will kill you," end quote. In court, PC Gillett pleaded not guilty to both charges and was granted bail in the sum of $1,000 plus 1 surety of the same amount. He is scheduled to return to court on October 31st. An ex-convict who has spent time in jail for the murder of Alfonso Eck while in prison is back behind bars tonight after he was charged with robbery and placed on pre-trial detention. Lorenzo Smith Jr., a resident of Crooked Tree Village, appeared before the chief magistrate earlier today, where he was arraigned for a robbery that took place on September 16th at La Popular Bakery. It is alleged that Smith entered the premises last Saturday, while the cashier and the security guard were inside the bakery. Smith reportedly pretended that he was interested in purchasing an item when he produced a pistol and proceeded to shove the security guard behind the counter and ordered the cashier to hand over the proceeds from the cash register. Complying with the demand, she placed $850 inside a bag, and the robber made good his escape. Coming up, Minister of Culture reflects on Belize's 42nd birthday. We'll have more details when we come back.
Enjoy more of your favorite social media platforms with Digi's new prepaid social media plans. Experience social connectivity like never before. Choose from 3 amazing plans starting as low as $3.50. With up to 4 times more any use data and tons of social media data in each plan, you get more value for your money. Only with Digi can you enjoy unlimited social media access with the Social Pro plan. Prepaid mobile customers, it's time to be social. Like more, chat more, and post more. Dial star 700# to purchase, or purchase from your Digi wallet or visit the DigiGo app. Try Digi's new social media data plans today. Digi, our national telecom.
David Gegg. He tried to privatize 33 miles of Belize's barrier reef in 2004 to make a business for himself. Then, he tried to destroy the people of Caribbean Shores Dolphin Park in order to build a marina for himself in 2007. In 2009, David Gegg once again tried to privatize the archaeological site at Jaguar Paw to make exclusive business for himself. David Gegg has been a failure all across the board. Now, he wants to destroy 1,000 acres of mangroves and the manatee ecosystem to build a pie-in-the-sky park near Gills Point. And who does he choose as his business partner? Gulab Sharma, a man busted for importing $1 million of fake Air Jordans. Yet, these are the two men PM John Briceño and his Minister of Finance Chris Coy want to pass special legislation to assist. Mr. Prime Minister, what really is going on here? We want to know. Your cabinet wants to know. The Senate wants to know.
Westrac Limited is committed to working hard every day to ensure you get the right products at the most affordable price. We strive to have the greatest selection of quality, affordable, and timely products and services that will enhance your personal or corporate lives. With an extensive line of products, we'll be sure to have what you need. For even faster service, you can contact us on Facebook, WhatsApp, or by email. We look forward to seeing you come through our doors at your nearest Westrac branch today.
Yo, what's up? This is your boy Mayoral, aka the King of Caribbean Comedy, and for the first time ever, I'm gonna be in Belize. That's right, it's all about Belize Comedy Entertainment presents.
No, September the 30th, you're gonna make sure they're live and direct, you understand? Make sure they get on the money and don't second in a check. Cause the rest are gonna do it. I don't know if you're mad.
That's right, featuring Mayoral, White Yardy, and much more. It's gonna be crazy. Make sure y'all there. You know that it's already. Get your tickets right now.
Indian fire for that comedy show, I want you.
Gegg's company, it is alleged, owes almost $250,000.
If he would just pay his bills.
This man is still your business partner. How do you
Unfortunately, he is. That's going to be a problem.
David Gegg's Discovery Expeditions has gone bankrupt.
Why is this Prime Minister trusting this failed businessman and this importer of fake goods with millions of dollars of taxpayers' money in tax benefits?
His colleagues are aware of the larger issue at play. His colleagues know that this is another pension plan for the boys, with the difference that it is a pension plan for only some of the boys.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benque Viejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
In keeping with what has become a September tradition in the Old Capitol, this morning the Belize at 42 mural was unveiled. Each year for the past 4 years, the National Celebrations Committee and the Belize City Council have been working with artists from the city to create murals in recognition of Belize's independence. Gilvano Swayze is the mastermind behind this year's art. However, he did get some help from a group of artistic students. News 5's Paul Lopez was at the unveiling ceremony and filed the following report.
The Belize National Celebrations Committee and the Belize City Council unveiled the Belize at 42 mural on the corner of Cemetery Road and Dolphin Street. The mural was inspired by a 1981 art piece entitled "Get Your Head Together for Independence." The mural features colored-faced silhouettes of individuals from various ethnicities. The lead artist behind the work of art is Gilvano Swayze.
You look at it and people will say, well, why this? Where are their eyes? Where are their nose? Well, let's get to the inspiration. We had to have an inspiration. This image over here that says, get your head together for independence. That was the inspiration. This is the original poster from 1981. And actually it was developed before that because we had to get our heads together. And that is a very powerful message, not just for then, but for anything. You want to put your grocery list, you want to pay your bill, you want to get in a relationship, get your head together. You need to know what you're doing and where you're going. So that was the inspiration. And for me, it was the simplicity of it. You could see it, it's a Creole person, a Belizean person, and just the little colors, the hairstyle, same as in the images on the murals, right? These images are actually from original photos I took about 20 years ago. The children are actually St. Mary's School children that pass the image factory every day. These are now adults, parents, probably sending their kids to school, so it has a history and it has a story. And I decided to put 3 words. I love words. Words are very important. We don't read enough. And the words, the first one, work. And that was from Mr. Price. The Belizean people must learn to work and so forth. But work is very crucial. And then learn. You got to learn. If you're working, you learn. That's how you develop your ideas and how you move on and how you make the other challenges a little bit easier. And then most importantly, share. We get all this knowledge and whatever we have, we must share it.
Several high school and college students also contributed to the creation of this year's mural. Those budding artists were recognized at today's unveiling ceremony with a certificate for the time they invested in bringing the mural to life. Mayor Bernard Wagner reflected on the importance of art and culture in the old capital.
Art and culture in a city, for me, is very important, right? It's very important. And I have heard it said before that art, and you could relate to it, Gilvano, that art is non-partisan. And that is what we are seeing here today. And today's unveiling of this really breathtaking mural, which was inspired, as you said, by this 1981 artwork, which said, get your head together for independence. Then there's we needed to get our heads together. We really needed. And so today, it's still relevant, right? We continue to enjoy freedom. We continue to enjoy independence. But we always have to renew and spend some time for reflection and renew our focus and renew our purpose, right? We must continue, as Gilvano said, to get our heads together for progress, right? For inclusion, right? For equality and for more opportunities for our young artists, right? So that they can make this a platform to really drive their passions to life and pursue colorful path and self-expression. I really want to big up the students and all the artists who participated in this event.
Francis Fonseca, the Minister of Culture, delivered the keynote address at today's unveiling. In his remarks, Minister Fonseca spoke about the significance of Belizeans moving into the future with a united vision.
This year we celebrate under the theme, Hope Ignited, Hands United, Vision Renewed. Very fitting theme. We always have to have hope, and these young people give us hope. We have to have hope in the future. We have to work together. You know, unity is key to success. Doing anything, you have to be united. That doesn't mean you can't discuss and debate and have differences of opinion. But at the end of the day, we have to be united and have a common vision for where we want to take our country and communities. And then, of course, vision, as I said, keeps changing, keeps evolving. You can't have a stagnant vision. You can't have a vision statement on your wall for 20 years. That vision has to change. That vision has to be renewed, constantly evolving and changing based on the circumstances of our lives and the state of our nation and the needs.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
This year's September celebrations are quickly coming to an end. One of the last major events on the calendar is the official ceremony to celebrate the 42nd anniversary of Belize's independence. That event will be held in Belmopan tomorrow. When reporters caught up with Minister Francis Fonseca this morning in Belize City, he reflected on the nation's progress since gaining independence 42 years ago. Here's what he told us.
I think every independence anniversary, every celebration of independence provides us collectively as a nation an opportunity to reflect on, obviously, where we have come from, the past. We pay tribute to those who have paved the way for us, those who have worked and fought for self-government and independence. So we pay tribute to them. We can never forget those people. And then, of course, it offers us an opportunity to reflect on where we are today, the present state of our union, the present state of our nation. And of course, critically important is what is our vision for the future. So, it's past, present, future. That's the spirit of these celebrations as we go into Independence Day tomorrow. For me personally, it is one of the greatest days on our calendar of September celebrations for me personally, because that is the day that Belize was born, freed from colonial shackles, given an opportunity to grow and develop as an independent nation.
As we said, the official ceremony to observe the 42nd anniversary of Belize's independence will be held tomorrow morning at Independence Plaza. The Prime Minister's speech at the annual event is essentially a State of the Nation address. On the other hand, the Leader of the Opposition speech is known to be enveloped with criticism and denunciation of the ruling party. Many have now come to view the event as a platform for political wrangling before invited guests. And Minister Fonseca says it is hopeless to believe this will change anytime soon.
Unfortunately, I think it's probably the latter. It's probably hopeless to hope otherwise. We would hope that that the central message coming from both leaders or political leaders tomorrow will be positive and optimistic. Obviously, we know that the leader of the country, the Prime Minister, is the leader of the ship, and so he will talk about the accomplishments of his government and the positive steps that have been taking place, and the leader of the opposition will, he will be critical of what he believes is going wrong in the country. So we have to understand and accept that some of that is a part of it. My hope is that the central theme at the end of the messages, that the central theme coming out of those messages is that we have to work together as a people and nation to overcome whatever challenges we have.
The official ceremony is set to start at 9:20 tomorrow. After the break, OKK and MIDH signed contract for restoration of Philip Golson bust. We'll tell you about that, but first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Port Authority will be hosting a maritime educational exposition on Friday, 29 September 2023 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at our headquarters located at Mile 4.5 George Price Highway, Belize, in celebration of World Maritime Day 2023. Come and learn from our distinguished speakers, our CEO within the Ministry, Port Commissioner, and members of the Maritime Technical Committee on this momentous occasion. This year's focus will be on the role of the Marpol Convention in protecting Belize's marine environment. The Maritime Educational Expo aims to provide a platform of engagement among maritime and partnering entities and students across Belize. 20 key agencies in Belize will be displaying their work and their many contributions to Belize's maritime industry. Come visit their booths and learn more. At the event, the winner of this year's National Maritime Essay Competition will be announced, and we will hear the winning entry. Come and join us Friday 29 September 2023 at the BPA headquarters in Belize City as we celebrate the World Maritime Day under the theme Mural at 50, our commitment goes on. Light refreshments will be served, and local vendors such as Papa Churros, Chicken Dread, and Smoked D will be offering an array of delicious foods. We thank our sponsors and partners for making this event possible. Platinum sponsors BEC Limited, R&B Constructions Company Limited, and Port of Belize Limited. Silver sponsors Imarbe, Belize Marine Surveyors, Thunderbolt Water Taxi, and Captain Sharks. We thank you and look forward to your continued support.
Are you ready to join the party of the century? Brody's is celebrating 136 years of serving our amazing community. And what other way to do it than with a bang? Yes, it's a big deal. From September 25th to October 1st, customers will be able to enjoy a full week of sale, deals, and promotions. Yes, an entire week. 10% off groceries and pharmaceuticals, 20% off department store items, appliances and electronics, up to 50% off selected items for the entire week, September 25th to October 1st. Make it a date and don't be late. See you there. Like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more prizes and surprises. We would like to thank our customers who have been with us throughout the years. It is an honor to have earned your trust and loyalty. Brody's, service, value, satisfaction.
Homeowners, immerse yourselves in elegance. Surround yourself with the beauty of one-of-a-kind, quality wood furniture. This is what America's elegant furniture and appliances has to offer. Trendy, affordable, and exceptional centerpieces, large mirrors, vanities, plush sofa sets, coffee tables, office furniture, exquisite mahogany bedroom sets, home decor, mattresses, and so much more. Shop our new reduced prices store-wide and get huge discounts daily. Our layaway and payment plans offer the lowest interest rates guaranteed. Our extensive catalog meets everyone's furniture needs, and if you can't find what you're looking for, then we'll custom make it for you. Shop at Mirka's and save. Mirka's, making your household dreams affordable.
Get ready for fantastic discounts. From now through to September 30th, Bennis is having store-wide discounts on tools, paints, appliances, plumbing and electrical products, lights and fans, household items, and much, much more. Visit a Bennis store near you to enjoy fantastic discounts from now through to September 30th, only at Bennis, celebrating 75 years of quality and savings.
David Gegg. He tried to privatize 33 miles of Belize's Barrier Reef in 2004 to make a business for himself. Then, he tried to destroy the people of Caribbean Shores Dolphin Park in order to build a marina for himself in 2007. In 2009, David Gegg once again tried to privatize the archaeological site at Jaguar Paw to make exclusive business for himself. David Gegg has been a failure all across the board. Now, he wants to destroy 1,000 acres of mangroves and the manatee ecosystem to build a pie-in-the-sky park near Gills Point. And who does he choose as his business partner? Gulab Sharma, a man busted for importing $1 million of fake Air Jordans. Yet, these are the two men PM John Briceño and his Minister of Finance Chris Koyi want to pass special legislation to assist. Mr. Prime Minister, what really is going on here? We want to know. Your cabinet wants to know. The Senate wants to know.
The restoration of the Philip Golson bust will take place. This morning, the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing signed the contract worth $10,000 with Stephen Okeke. In our interview with Okeke on Tuesday on the repairs and restorative work he has to do, he indicated that it would take roughly 60 days to complete the work. But the contract gives him 45 days within which to hand over the refurbished Philip Golson bust to be mounted. Okeke had indicated that the monument needs to undergo a series of tests to determine how severely it was damaged. Today, the ministry indicated that the bust has suffered cracks and fissures in the interior and exterior. This was after a taxi van ran into the bust early on the morning of September 9th when the Juve was about to begin. Minister of Education Francis Fonseca says he believes Mayor Bernard Wagner has earned the right to continue leading the city. As we have reported, credible information suggests the People's United Party will endorse Mayor Wagner's candidacy for the upcoming municipal elections. The party is yet to make an official announcement, but Minister Fonseca has made it clear where he stands on the matter.
I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of any announcements from the party. So, you know, those announcements will be made by the chairman of the party. So let's wait and hear what they have to say. I have been very clear in my position. I support Mayor Bernard Wagner. I think he has done a stellar job as the leader of the city. And I think he has earned the right to continue to lead the city. So I will leave it at that.
So you support his endorsement?
I support his candidacy. Yeah.
On Tuesday, when we caught up with Mayor Wagner, he was asked about the People's United Party convention to endorse his candidacy. As we've reported, support is being given to the two-term mayor to run again as the municipal leader in Belize City. According to Mayor Wagner, he does not know what is taking place behind the scenes in his party with respect of a political convention.
I really am telling you, I am telling you, man, I'm really honest and sincere about it. I have no knowledge of what is occurring in respect to convention or no convention. I'm telling you all the truth.
Because it was published in the newspaper in the Vibes.
Yeah, but yeah. So if that is the direction, then you all know my response already.
But do you feel strange that they are not communicating with you?
Of course, you would want more communication occurring. It's important that we keep the communication lines open, because when there is no communication, then disruption occurs.
Last night, we told you that the government of Belize has brought a claim against the former Minister of Natural Resources, Ugo Pat, for alleged misfeasance in office. As we said, the claim is in relation to 26 acres of government land that was sold to a private company in November 2020 at a price way below the value at which was purchased by the ministry. In 2021, the current Minister of Natural Resources, Cordell Hyde, publicly denounced the transfer and noted that the lands would not be transferred to the company. Those 26 acres are located within the Freetown Division. And this morning, Area Representative Francis Fonseca told reporters that the 26 acres are being subdivided and will be distributed to residents.
That work is ongoing. We are working along with the Ministry of Natural Resources. So that work is ongoing. You know, that's a very, very sad episode. And I encourage everybody to, I think I saw it on Channel 5 last night. I encourage everyone to revisit the message from the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister of Natural Resources, when he talked about this issue, I think more than 2 years ago. A very shameful, disgraceful matter. And as I understand it, they are taking action against certain individuals in that regard. But it's in my view, an absolute act of corruption. And so we have worked very hard with the Ministry of Natural Resources to try to address that issue. And I think we're very close to the point where we're going to be able to distribute those lands in a very transparent, open, accountable way to residents of Belize City, you know, and make sure that they get those lands.
When we return, Horace Bryce undergoes eye surgeries in Belize and Guatemala.
Company, it is alleged, owes almost $250,000.
If he would just pay his bills.
This man is still your business partner. How do you
Unfortunately, he is. That's going to be a problem.
David Gegg's Discovery Expeditions has gone bankrupt.
Why is this Prime Minister trusting this failed businessman and this importer of fake goods with millions of dollars of taxpayers' money in tax benefits?
His colleagues are aware of the larger issue at play. His colleagues know that this is another pension plan for the boys, with the difference that it is a pension plan for only some of the boys.
Yo, my Belize family, walk, go on, listen, guess who's back? Me, soon forward again, that's right, I'll be back performing live on Saturday, the 30th September. So make sure you're there, get your ticket them, don't miss out, because every time I come to Belize, I shell down. So don't miss out, this is your warning. Me I tell you now, so me I come Belize again for the third time. Yeah!
In the fire for that comedy show, I want you.
Not only do we have the most reliable ferry service between San Pedro, Keycocker, and Belize City, we also have a pretty awesome crew. Check us out at sprinter.bz.
My name is Denise Mala. I had an aunt, one of my mom's sister, that we believe died from cancer. She was relatively young. And my sister passed from cervical cancer. I have been doing annual checkups. Recently, after one of the annual checkups, I noticed, a change in one of my breasts. I went for the next checkup earlier and I brought it to the attention of my treating doctor. He looked at it and he said he didn't like what he was seeing. A biopsy was requested and then the biopsy came back positive. When you first find out these things, you think about a lot of things, and then eventually it comes around to the finance. I recalled this insurance, critical illness insurance that I had that I was paying. And that was probably the first time I read that contract. I read it in its entirety. And then I recognized that, this is going to assist me. I called the office, spoke with my agent. He was very helpful, guided me through what I needed to do. So I went through the process and I communicated with him a couple of times and he just informed me what was happening. In a pretty short period of time, I was paid my insurance. this plan that I have been paying for many years, in my time of need, that came through for me. Having that insurance helped me significantly. It is absolutely something that everyone should consider, because you never know when you're going to need it.
My beautiful Belize, my land of the free, my home and it's bound by the Caribbean Sea. Belize, we are free and independent. We're free and independent, free and independent, to be whatever you wanna be. Free and independent, we're free and independent, free and independent. We're changing our country, we're free. So make we celebrate with smart. Come celebrate with smart. Make we celebrate with smart. Let's celebrate with smart. So make we celebrate with smart. Come celebrate with smart. Make we celebrate with smart. Let's celebrate with smart.
The entire Smart family wishes all Belizeans a safe and happy September celebration. Smart, bringing people together.
Musician Horace Bryce needed to undergo urgent eye surgery in Guatemala recently. Today, he underwent another optical procedure at the Belize Council for the Visually Impaired, BCVI. Bryce had implored the public's assistance to be able to cover the cost of surgery in Guatemala. And Belize high school student Dimitri Arguelles came through to donate the entire $5,000. Today, News 5 was at the BCVI as Bryce underwent the second surgery on his eye. Upon his exit from the operating room, Marion Ali spoke with him and filed this report.
In 2022, I was diagnosed with diabetes, and when I was diagnosed with this disease, I realized that it had not only cost me my leg, but it has messed around with my vision.
It wasn't long ago when Horace Bryce shared his plight with us. Back in August, he needed to undergo surgeries to repair both eyes that had been damaged by the effects of diabetes. Unable to perform his musical pieces for public audiences meant he had no income and no means of paying for those procedures. So Bryce made a public appeal for help, and 1 week later, Dimitri Arguelles, a sophomore at Belize High School, emptied his savings and donated all to Bryce's cause.
I'd rather use my money to help somebody who really needs it than to slightly improve my life. I hope Mr. Bryce does well. I hope that his procedure goes good. Hopefully, he comes back with his vision.
Today, Bryce underwent a second surgery at the Belize Council for the Visually Impaired. Dr. Zach Koshi, an ophthalmologist from Glasgow, performed the vitrectomy.
You met Mr. Horace right down there. He's probably one of the most difficult operations I have done in my whole life.
Wow.
And for us to have been able to do that with the setup and the trained staff here, for me now proves that this can be done. There is this option for treatment in the form of laser treatment which stabilizes the disease. And that has happened to a number of people. But unfortunately, there are people who will continue to progress and reach more difficult types of disease status, which is when they require the kind of surgery that we are doing right now. And that requires a lot of specialist equipment.
Bryce's surgery today came 1 week after his return from Guatemala, where he had the first surgery done with the funds that Arguelles provided. He told us how it went.
Pretty much it's the same procedure that they did in Guatemala, they did here. This one was a little bit advanced on my right eye because they had to do 3 procedures on this right eye. You know, they attached the retina back and they took out the blood and also the cataract. So for me, this one is a little bit more advanced than the one in Guatemala. The one in Guatemala on my left eye was to remove the blood that was overpowering the vision. So for me, it was experience in Guatemala as well, so I am pretty much okay with everything that happened here today.
Bryce will take a month to recuperate and hopes that he'll be able to work thereafter. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
Vitrectomy. It's a type of eye surgery that is performed to salvage whatever vision patients, including diabetics, are left with after their eyes have suffered significant damage. This week, these procedures were a first for the Belize Council for the Visually Impaired in Belize City. The organization had received equipment and supplies for the procedure during the COVID era, but the pandemic delayed those surgeries from taking place back then. That was until this week, when the BCVI staff played support for the surgeons who are here from abroad to conduct the procedures. News 5's Marian Ali reports.
The corridors at the BCVI were crowded with eye patients waiting their turn to enter the operating theater. One of them was Lydia Pernillo from Borel Boom.
I'm diabetic long, about 30 years now, more than 30 years. And when I start to get trouble in my eye, well, I look for surgery or for help though, and I find this place, and then I start to get treatment, and it helped me so much.
The procedures are the first of its kind being performed in Belize. Executive Director of the BCVI, Carla Ayers Musa, says the preparations had long been in the pipeline.
BCVI's team, along with our international colleagues, have been working this week on a vitrectomy program, which is the first for the new era of eye care in Belize. Vitrectomies are a very complicated, very expensive procedure that are sort of considered a tertiary or end-stage treatment. So BCVI works daily to prevent blindness, and primarily you would see this needed in patients with diabetes. So we provide laser treatment, we work with counseling patients on their diet and exercise, but some patients whose diabetes is out of control will reach the point where they need this very specialized surgery. And BCVI is very excited that we've been able to do the first 7 so far, and we look forward to being able to do more, not just this week, but in the future as well.
One of the patients was a diabetic who is only 25 years old. It's diabetics like her whose eyes have been damaged that ophthalmologists like Dr. Zach Koshi try to help.
One of the concerns that we have is with the large population of diabetic people who have problems with their eyes. Now, there's a lot of work that's been going on by BCVI and the other visiting doctors who have been doing things like laser treatment to try and reduce the chances of serious problems coming from the disease process. But that depends on how many people we can actually bring in. My hospital back in Glasgow, the Air Hospital, was able to send 2 machines over before the pandemic. But that was just the 2 main parts. There are lots of other important cogs and wheels that need to click together for us to be able to do that kind of surgery.
For this week only, all 12 surgeries being conducted are totally free to the patients.
Because we are fortunate enough to work with the companies internationally and to be able to get support from them, we don't have to charge a full cost for the service. Like I said, this time will be completely free of cost for the patients that we're operating on this week, but going forward we hope to work with NHI to be able to include some support in the scheme for our patients.
Carla Ayers Musa says they will also work on Independence Day tomorrow. Marian Ali for News 5.
Up next, Optimist Club 501 Belize presents One Man and a Tree Ting.
David Gegg. He tried to privatize 33 miles of Belize's barrier reef in 2004 to make a business for himself. Then, he tried to destroy the people of Caribbean Shores Dolphin Park in order to build a marina for himself in 2007. In 2009, David Gegg once again tried to privatize the archaeological site at Jaguar Paw to make exclusive business for himself. David Gegg has been a failure all across the board. Now, he wants to destroy 1,000 acres of mangroves and the manatee ecosystem to build a pie-in-the-sky park near Gills Point. And who does he choose as his business partner? Gulab Sharma, a man busted for importing $1 million of fake Air Jordans. Yet, these are the two men PM John Briceño and his Minister of Finance Chris Coy want to pass special legislation to assist. Mr. Prime Minister, what really is going on here? We want to know. Your cabinet wants to know. The Senate wants to know.
Babe, have you seen the advisory that NEMA just posted? There's going to be a storm.
Storm? It's not a storm. That's just a little rain. We'll be all right.
Thank goodness that was only a simulation. But what if it wasn't? Consider this. You've worked hard building your future, your family, your business, your home. RF&G Insurance has policy options that can protect your most valued assets so that you can focus on what matters most. Include RF&G Insurance in your hurricane prep. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
Get ready, babe. We're going on a vacation.
Finally, where are we going?
Don't worry, babe. I have we covered.
Are you sure you know where we're going?
Yes, babe. Oh, right there, see? Babe, the price me too good to be true. Me look much more better in that picture.
When life throws you a curveball, Belize Bank has your back. With our online financing, you can turn any vacation mishap into a dream getaway.
Cheers to Belize Bank for making our dream vacation a reality.
Thanks to you, babes, to turn things around.
No thanks to you, cheapo.
Out.
Experience the future of financing with Belize Bank online, where you can secure funds for anything, from anywhere, at any time, all without stepping foot in a bank. Apply for a loan today and unlock a world of possibilities.
Get between Belize City, Key Cocker, and San Pedro on a ferry faster than anyone else with Caribbean Sprinter. You better Belize it. Get with us online at sprinter.bz.
Gegg's company, it is alleged, owes almost $250,000.
If he would just pay his bills.
This man is still your business partner. How do you
Unfortunately, he is. That's going to be a problem.
David Gegg's Discovery Expeditions has gone bankrupt.
Why is this Prime Minister trusting this failed businessman and this importer of fake goods with millions of dollars of taxpayers' money in tax benefits?
His colleagues are aware of the larger issue at play. His colleagues know that this is another pension plan for the boys, with the difference that it is a pension plan for only some of the boys.
Number one caller. Number one caller. Hey, number one caller. You know why? Listen, hey, for the best post and prepaid. You know that smart got you back. For the best service coverage. All we know that smart got you back. Travel and connect everywhere. You know that smart got you back. Smart make that go a long, long way. All we know that smart got you back. Do, yeah, Ben. caller is the number one caller with smart, bringing people together.
Optimist Club 501 Belize is hosting its second annual fundraiser this weekend. For 2 nights only, beginning on Friday night at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts and starring Althea Leslie, Anna Pitts-White, Gilda Courtney and Dwight Neal, the club is presenting One Man and a Treating. It's a comedy that is expected to keep you on your toes and rolling over with laughter. Today we caught up with the director and the crew as they concluded their final rehearsal. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
Roxana Bliss Institute, September 22nd and 23rd.
It is a show that is expected to have you dying with laughter that will make your eye water run and your belly hurt. One Man and Three Ting is a comedic show that was written and is being directed by Ray Gongora, the vice president of Optimist Club 501 Belize. He says while it is funny, it is for a mature audience.
You know, everybody have to say that one man and a tree thing. And how this came about, it came about physically just because we had treating and one man, and this man had treating this one man. So, I mean, that's how it happened. Listen, it's all about our society and what's happening in our society. And it's more that these 3 ladies liberated themselves from this weight of this one man. I mean, they talk about it, then talk about what happened, and then eventually they find out that the 3 of them, they talk about the same man.
It's sharing a Belizean perspective on a real-life social happening. One of the lead characters, who is identifying as one of the 3 things, is Althea Leslie.
I am one of the women, the treating, and my name is Dillis Langfester in the play.
You don't want...
I had for 25 years.
You don't want think? Where they go on?
Well, it just they go on like we go on, man think then a macho, you know, and they can handle everything, you know. When I talk about sugar, they don't there, so they want more, 1 bag of sugar, so this man take me on. But the thing we had is set up for 25 years with it together. And you know what? In life, you get some advancement, so I had 2 houses.
Definitely, you have to come out and have a good time. You know, it's fun, it's playful. And in addition to that, we have our Optimist brother from Jamaica, Owen Blacker Ellis, who's an internationally known comedian. He comes as well, and he's going to be doing the second act, some stand-up comedy.
Director of Public Relations Tafara Andazi-Panton says that the comedy show is the annual fundraiser for Optimist Club 501 Belize, a non-profit that has been working with youth development across the country.
All about raising funds for all of the events and different programs that we have at the Optimist Club 501 Belize. And as you guys know, the Optimist Club 501 Belize is all about empowering the youth, working with the youths, you know, helping them through their development, becoming productive citizens, and doing all of that by using optimism as a tool, right? So, yes.
So how can people be a part of the fundraiser, you know, where they can get tickets, the cost?
So the show takes place Friday night, September 22nd, and Saturday night, September 23rd, at the Bliss Institute. So right here on this very stage, we're going to be putting on that play. Tickets are very affordable. They're $35 for reserve and $25 for general. And if you're in the diaspora or if you're further away and for some reason you can't make it, we also have live streaming tickets for $20, but that's only for Friday night.
Tickets are available at the Bliss box office and at Anna's Lunchbox. Dwayne Moody for News 5.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, have a happy Independence Day. Good night.